Yes? Yeah, you can look at the color, right? All same color refers to the same thing. So we have a subject ichyoinam, right? We have a adjective, GP, and we have a noun, and we have a plural particle. Nail, suffering is noun, or it could be an adjective as well. Then verb, and IP, interrogative particle. And Rangshingi, I put it as an adjective. I put the adverb, Rangshingi, by nature or intensity, right? If you here, I think it's quite subjective. If you like to say this one is a this gi is a AP, Rangshin is noun or adjective is acceptable. Yes, is acceptable. Those kind of by nature you can say that. Yes, so it's an instrumental particle and nature is like an instrument type. Yeah, technically you can say that. And dungal is a noun. I can take as well as a complement, and verb is a he. That's all. Which one?
Suffering.
Suffering, yes. Suffering can be adjective, yeah. Noun, I put it like that. Yeah. So adverb functions for the both. It modify the noun and the adjective. It modify the verb as well, isn't it? Adverbs. Yes. So it's not necessarily modifies of adjective. So it could be a noun. If you say adjective, I would take it. So there's a one of two words like this, right? So suffering is a one, impermanence in another, in Tibetan form, impermanence, or permanent and impermanence both. Yeah, it could be an adjective, it could be a noun. Tibetan form. I mean, English you have a impermanence, impermanent. You have a cleaner word, but in Tibetan we don't really have it. So it contextual when you identify it. Does it make sense to you? So in the last part, I think here, those are more didaknam, subject. Then we have a topicalizer and Jamjuk Sempa here. This one, I think we have a different views. How do you identify? Yes? How do you identify this one? So it's slightly different. So here I identify as an agent. Is an agent. Jamjuk Sempa. Do you agree this one is a subject? Yes? Yes? Because we have a topicalizer, isn't it? Yes? And how do you identify Bodhisattva here in this case? Jamjuk Sempa. What I think in the first semester you don't need to ask, but in the second semester you really have to ask questions. What Bodhisattva is doing? What is the role Bodhisattva is playing in the sentence? You have to ask questions to yourself. In an English way, I'm not asking in a Tibetan way. What Bodhisattva is doing? He's an agent, isn't it? Isn't it? It's a noun, of course, but he's an agent. He's performing something, actions. Yes? And those profound sutra is the subject receiving the actions, isn't it? Yes? So then here, indirect object, I would put it like a just simply indirect object in a noun. Niento is a noun, and we have a conjunction. We have a senchen as a noun, and nam as a plural particle putting together. As a group, this nominal group function is an indirect object. I just simply call it indirect object. I don't like the word indirect object, but yeah. So the communication, so we call it like that, right? Then we have again indirect object. We have we have an oblique particle. It marks this one, and we have another indirect object, or more precisely, is a location. Yagar is a noun, and do is the indirect oblique particle. It marks it, and your verb is this one. Does it make sense to you? You can sense it. How do you do that? How did you do that? I just randomly check it, 2 or 3. Your quiz paper. Yeah.
And you can't continue, right? After checking the right of two,
You think there's maybe you can take it?
Maybe before I come into class, actually I mark it.
Okay.
I finished marking your paper. Yes. I finished, I accept two. I marked all. Yes.
How is that a verb? Isn't it a noun?
Soon. It's a verb.
It's a verb.
It's a verb. Soon. Without a side, it could be a noun. Soon so is a thought.
We need to point out every detail of AP or in order to get the full marks of this.
Please come again.
How many points do we need to get a full mark to correctly point out the
So in every sentence is like if we have failed to mark the function of the word and we put the identification of the word,
Mhm.
that benefit to the mark?
Yes. So in my okay, let me explain this one. This part, I call it this part, right? Is analysis. Is this one? Yes. Analysis also includes that you have to identify the building blocks, some building blocks, right? Such as subject, direct object. We learn it, right? Absolute, indirect object. Those are the three main things. All sentences, most of sentences, they have it. So, to your answer, I think I'm expecting this at least therefore we say a full grammatical analysis. I didn't say just a, right? A full grammatical analysis. You have to identify everything. Each and every word. You just tell me by nature what are they, and give me the subject. Yes, subject carry the most marks. And if there is a direct object, you give me direct object. If there is it's absolute, you just give me absolute. That's the thing. Make sense? Yes. So there is a way that, some other UVA, they also do it like a grammatical analysis, not exactly like we did, but if you break down sentence like this way, if you show somebody to someone else, they immediately know that you can translate this sentence perfectly, just looking at your analysis. That's the idea. They can tell you can translate this sentence exactly as it is. So if you break down something a little bit wrong, then your translation is going to be wrong. There's no room for like guessing. Yeah. So I think this is what roughly I was expecting. Yeah. I think if you miss the minor one noun, two noun is understandable. I think that's basically. Please the subject of the sentence. Yeah, don't forget the subject of the sentence. And there's an absolute, please don't forget. Indirect. So basically these three blocks. Subject, direct object, indirect object. So these three things. Don't forget this one, right? It's the main thing. Yeah? I gave him a pen. That's an important thing. Who give to what? Right? To whom? Yeah. So that's the idea. And here, you are the things that torture you. Here, I think there's the beauty part of this one is that you have a multiple outcomes actually. There's 4 outcomes, right? Actually 4 outcomes. I didn't do it. I did only 4. There are probably it's possible there is 6 outcomes. Yeah. Here you can see these beings, I took it as a subject up to here, right? So what I'm suggesting you here is that, can you see this one? If I were you, I will just take it out, those So if I were you, I will take it out like this one. Duck, there is a duck, right? And there is a D. So we are familiar with they, them, and the, them. We are at least we are familiar, right? These and those, at least. And there is a one noun. Probably it goes here, likely, or it goes here, likely, isn't it? So now, in Tibetan, if you say those beings, how do you say that?
Dedakna.
Those beings. Senjen comes first, isn't it? Senjen O. Then we have a here, KO. Can you see that? KO. Individual or beings, isn't it? So if the KO is a singular, KO. Now it's like KO Didavna. So it becomes like KO Didavna, plural, isn't it? Those beings or those individuals, referring to a human being, isn't it? Does it make sense? So that's the thing, right? Kevo Dedamna. So at least it goes up to here. Kevo Dedamna. This one you can put it together pretty quickly, I believe. Right? Now whether it goes now here, we don't know. You look at your grocery, right? We have a couple of things here. Menpa, right? Doctor. Then we have another noun, men, another noun, medicine. Yes? So we have a three, and we have another one, ne, disease. Yes? So which one you put it before the here? It's likely that here, those, something those, isn't it? Or you take it this one as a subject. Yeah? So you say those doctors. Yes? Or you say those beings. You can, and you like those medicines or those disease. You say that one. Yes? You pick up one. Yeah? You pick up whatever you like, right? So then there is a, after what you pick up, it's likely that, let's say you pick up medicine, right? It's unlikely, but yeah, you pick up medicine. Min, de, dak, nam. So up to here we are fine. Min, de, dak, nam. Right? Min, de, dak, nam. So then we have a particle ni. You know this is it is subject marker. Yes? Min, de, dak, nam, ni. You're still right, yes? Min, de, dak, nam, ni. So we are up to here. It's like we make it our subject. We think that this is our subject, right? Make sense? So then min, de, dak, nam, ni. Then what you can say? Then we have another here, didak. Yes? And you probably likely to say. Then now maybe medicine, yeah, or doctor. Yeah? Menpa. So here it's likely to go here, right? Menpa, right? So we will say menpa. Pa di dak. Right? Menpa di dak. Menpa di dak. Then we have what? Menpa di dak. Then now important part we have here. We have a gi. Now is the important part. This your blue. Gi. Gi. Yes. Then we have a what? Ki. Okay. Another gi. This three, right? So now where you feel it? Mempa, didak, gi. So which one fits? Now you have to look at your table, right? So gi follows only two letters, ga and na. Right? Ga and na. This genitive particle is not used. So you are trying to make this one is an agent now. Right? This one here, gi. So ga after gi. Yeah? it becomes more complicated, but yes, remember the dog gi. Then the gi. The dog gi what? Yeah. So then we have a here. We left KO, beings and disease, right? The dog gi. So probably you get the idea now. Those medicine is subject. Then remember the dog gi is a doctor. This doctor did something. They did what? They cured. Dog gi. This we probably take. You have to pick up one word, right? You already used these two. Now here, KO. KO. It fits both, isn't it? KO is a beings, isn't it? KO, right? KO. Chu. Then we have your verb is chu. Chu so, isn't it? Now there is a left some particles and you did not use it, isn't it? You have to connect the genitive particle. Yes? You have to have a genitive particle. You have this gi. Yes? So in order to connect this genitive particle, gi, you have to have a one noun here, one noun here. Not necessary, but here. One word here, isn't it? Yes? What is likely? Yes?
Now we are talking you.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. So I'm saying that is theoretically it is if you have to break down like this with building blocks. Then you know that whether it fits or not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Building block. I don't know what methodology you use when you do it. You translate it one by one. Then I think it takes a lot of time. You have to take advantage of that particles. So when you see genitive particle, it connects two things, right? So what possibly it can be? For example, you can see here, right? So it connects noun and noun or noun and adjective. So anyway, we don't have an adjective in a sentence. So already you have a noun and a pronoun, a demonstrative pronoun, right? So then this gi follows two letters only. Do you remember? I just said ga and na, right? It has to follow this one or this one, either one. So we have a four nouns you have to connect, right? Ko after this one, gi you cannot put it, not possible. After pa is not possible, right? Then na, not possible. Da, not possible. So what is possible is di, da. And we have another one, de, da. Yes? After this ga, you can put this gi. That's the only possible one. Yes? Grammatically. Not any reason. Dedak gi. You can say here, dedak gi. Isn't it? This follow two letters only. Dedak gi one. So then you have to find your here. We choose a member. Maybe ko dedak is. Then here we have pronoun. We have a demonstrative pronoun, and you have to find another one here. This noun. You have to connect two, right? So dedak gi men, you can say their medicine. Dedak gi men pa, you can say that one. Dedak gi beings, it doesn't fit here theoretically. Dedak gi ne, their disease, isn't it? And you have a main verb in the sentence is a chu. Chu is a cure, isn't it? So one the most important part when you look at if you find the verb of the sentence, it tells you about 50% of the idea. Here it cures, isn't it? It's a transitive verb. It cures. Somebody cures somebody. Yes? When you have a transitive verb, you have an absolutive. Yes? So you have a transitive verb here, right? So if you get this idea, well, if you pick up, if you are able to do it at the first glance, if you pick up, so then you know that, okay, this one, and you also know this one, if it is a statement, then probably it is followed by so, isn't it? Here also, so. So, it's likely to match, you can further confirm it. So, when you get it, this one, cure, is a cure or diagnose, you can tell that what is going on in the sentence. Somebody is being cured, or somebody is curing somebody. So that is your idea. 50% of idea you can guess it. Then who is the agent you choose? Who is the to be diagnosed? You can choose it. Make sense? And in case if there is a yin verb, then you know that sentences talks about A is B type. Yeah, this is HKU, this is teacher. So it really depends. So I would suggest you to, if you find the verb of the sentence, you get the verb first, then you pick up all those particles, genitive particle, agentive particle. If you have a two agentive particles, that is one. One is the first is the agent, second is the instrumental. So you know there's some marks. Make sense? Yeah, I think this is it takes a lot of time. It's a torture, I know that.
Is it possible to have easier words to read down? For example, like there are too many options to compose the sentence. If you have example like human being apple, so then I know that it must be human being eat apple because
Yes.
apple doesn't eat meat.
I really hope you will get surprised in exam. Finding is easy. Yeah. So I really hope for that. Of course, the exam paper was submitted long ago. I think it's about 2 months ago. Yes. It's a formality policy. But I believe it won't be that long. It won't be that long. And the intention is that here, this sentence also makes you a bit confused. That is the intention also. And you come out from that puzzle.
Mission accomplished.
No, I think I make you think in my perspective, not torture, but I want you to think about it. So again here, it's actually it's a kind of briefing. So it carries only 4 marks out of total. Yeah. So it's also telling you, but also see. So you can say 10% actually, 10%. But then second part is only 4 marks, and the first of the second is also like a 2 marks. If you got half right, it's likely that you get 1 mark, right? So that's actually is my way of telling you that in the exam it should be something like that. So you mentally prepare. Yeah. So that there's no surprises. Yes. Okay. So and this second part, I think there is like a 5 here. Here, you can see here subordinate clause is here. Yin is a verb, yin pa is a noun, isn't it? After a verb, then you put a pa, it's always verbal noun. You just call it a verbal noun. Yes? Then sa is a subordinate conjunction, it's a conjunction. Yes? So I can see that there's 3 outcomes. The last one I didn't expect you to see that, but the first 2, I think you done it this one. I think it's a quite number of. Yeah. So that's it for this quiz. I just want to show you that is correct answer or yeah. So just to recap that, please you have to when analyze you have to pay attention to this, right? So this is our main focus. That includes the subject, absolutive, and indirect objects. So that's the basic thing. Main 3 blocks. complement, you may ignore it. You just say whatever the nature of word is, adjective, noun, whatsoever. That's okay. Yeah. Does it make sense? Okay. So here, if you like more torture, then I have here a couple of sentences. If you like to do it. Yeah, if we started with the easy one, I think you can really get it. Yes. In this sentence, can you see the verb? If you do it together, this one, the number one. Can you find the verb by yourself?
You mean the word.
I see. Yes. Yes. Can you see the verb of the sentence? Yes. Yeah. When you say the verb, you may say you is the verb, but then it works together. Yes. So you say you, right? And you see the la you. Can you see that? So in this one, you is the verb. You identify it correctly. Then you know that it works together. You saw this one. It's not always like that, right? You can be like it's independent verb, but here it works together. You can see la, you and la works together. So you know this sentence is about half and half expression, right? So then you may ask whether it is a interrogative or statement. Interrogative, you know because there is a down. Yes. So you know this is a question, right? So how do you make it? The subject of the sentence is Semchen Denam. So this is the subject of the sentence, isn't it? Semchen Denam. Yes, that's the subject. Then la. Right? This one number 4. Dungal Yeadams. Yes. So okay, see here. This one. Can you find the verb? If you don't find the verb, then you play a deductions. Many of words you know, right? So then you drop down all the nouns and adjectives. Which one is left out? That's probably is a verb. Or it could be you have a declared particle in it. If there is anyone. So here we have an agentive particle, right? Yes, only one, right? So it's likely, hypothetically, it's likely there is an agent and you have a transitive verb, right? So can you find the possible agent in the sentence? Jamchu Senpa? So then you have to think about this one, gi, right? Gi must follow two letters, isn't it? Can you see just now I mentioned this one? Yes? So this agentive particle, gi. Gi. It follows what letter?
No.
Ga and yes. Ga and na. So now, what is the possible thinking now? if you cannot begin with the sentence with a bodhisattva and a, then you have to put a plural particle, demonstrative particle, and you have to make it work. Make sense? Or if it still doesn't work, then maybe it is in a passive sense. That's also possible, isn't it? It's possible. Yes.
Duck.
So, what do you think?
That goes before G.
Duck goes before gi, yes, is possible, right? So duck is a free, it doesn't really follow any rules, isn't it? So you put after duck, after what? So duck, gi, right? Let's make it here, I think. Here, say duck, then gi. So now this is the only possible way we see it, right? There's no possible other ways. So tentatively we may take it, right? Duck gi. So it's a plural particle. Can we have another word here? What is the possible one? So when you pluralize what? Nouns. Yeah, exactly. You pluralize nouns. What nouns could you have here? Sherabchen or Bodhisattva? Which one you like? I think yeah. Yeah. Yes? Which one should I write? Sherabchen, okay? Yeah. Sherabchen. Yes, Sherabchen. Sherabchen dagis. Yeah, the wise ones. It becomes plural. Sherabchen dagi. Okay. Then what? So this is probably the agent or subject of the sentence we are forming like that, right? Sherabchen dagi. Then what? Then what's left? You cross it. Sherabchen dagi. Can you then can you find and then we have a couple of words, right? Is there any adjective? Zapmo. Yes? Zapmo. We have a zapmo. Right? Then as adjective, then can you give a noun for this one? It must have a noun for it modifies noun. Profound what? Profound? Wisdom? Profound what? What is the other nouns?
Janchuksan.
Chanchu Sempa? Is there any other nouns? Do. Do. Sabmo. Do. Okay? Yes, say. Sabmo. Do. Sabmo do or Sabmo ido? Yes. So can you see this adjective? Zamui do. Right? Does it make sense? Zamu is a profound, isn't it? Then the do is the sutra. Profound sutra. So when you put the profound before, genitive particle is always needed. Yes? Or you can just revise it. Then how can you use this one? You have to think about it. Yes? I mean, it could be like this way. Do Zammo. This is the perfectly fine. You put together two words. This is how you put it. So then we left this one, right? So let's assume we don't see that E yet. So we go with this one. Do Zammo. Yes? Then your verb is what? Probably you have not learned this one, but you have an indicator, right? It ends with a noun. There's only two words ends with a sub. but your ending particle is here. So here, tok so. Tok means realize. Tok means realize or understood. Yes? Realize. Tok so. Yes? Then what is possible now? So transitive verb of this one, right? Tok is your verb. Tok so that's your transitive verb. It takes this one, right? So now what is Bodhisattva is doing here? Any idea? Where should we put Bodhisattva? How do we say this? Sherabchen. The wise one realize absolutely is likely this one, isn't it? Profound sutra. Yes? We don't know, but yes, it's likely, or Bodhisattva, yeah? Realize Bodhisattva, it doesn't make sense, isn't it? Where can be a Bodhisattva?
Subjective, change the subject.
Why not the wisest Bodhisattva? Yeah? Bodhisattva, the wise one. Cannot? How do you say it's not possible or what? Wise Bodhisattva. There is a stupid Bodhisattva as well, right? I shouldn't say that one, but it's a dual one. There is like a sharp-minded Bodhisattva. Wangpo Nonpo is in the Mahayana very clear. Wangpo Nonpo and Wangpo Tulpo, the sharp-minded Bodhisattva, and the dual Bodhisattva, D-U-L-L. Yes, there is. Some are smart, some are not all smart, right? So Wangpo Nonpo, Wangpo Tulpo. And the way of entering the Bodhisattva path is also different. Some they take a compassion first, or the other they realize the emptiness once they enter, right? Three course of Bodhisattva is different. So it's not made by me, right? so here, Jamchuk Senpai Sherabchen, why is not possible here? If you say here, Jamchuk Senpai, you will put it here, Jamchuk Senpai. Bodhisattva, wise Bodhisattva, right? Wise Bodhisattva. Yeah? The learned Bodhisattva, wise Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva, the wise one. Sherabchen, yes? Yes? Sherabchen is an adjective, in a Tibetan is a noun phrase types. Yeah. Or probably attributive adjective. Yes? Sherabchen. But in English you make it the wise ones. That's why we always translate it as a wise, not a just one. Wise ones. Wealthy ones. Learned ones. We put it in a phrase type. So technically we don't really say it's an adjective. Yes. But when you put it in English, it functions like an adjective, actually. Also not really proper to call it adjectival phrase, also not. Maybe attributive adjective. So here, Jamchuk Senpai probably fits here. Yeah? So we say Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, the great beings, so on and on. The Gi, then Tokso. Then what we left? Nam. Sherabchen Da, Sherabchen Nam. Yes? Do Samoi. Then we have a what? Do Samo. Then we have a Dun. Dun is what? Dun is, we don't know the meaning, so it means me, meaning. Meaning. Dun. It's a meaning, connotation or meaning, right? Those Samo. Then we have one agent generative particle, isn't it? Why not here? Those submove ye is a single, is only possible, then. Yeah? Right? The meaning of profound sutra. Yes? Yeah, it's a terrible long.
We have reconstructed everything we have previously assumed.
Yes. So I mean that's you have to think about like the possible that it's this types of yi is troublesome, but also when you rearrange it's a very good clue because it can only take place after single the letter without a suffix. So it is a clue actually this yeah. So if you give a try by yourself, I think I have uploaded the answer for that one. Yeah, but I think it's yeah.
So you should suggest that we do the grammar check first before translating into English. But the dilemma is if I don't translate into English, I don't even know which one's word. Exactly. So that's.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you don't need to translate. I'm saying that you strive for verbs first. If you go by order, so there is a sign, right? The verb ends with a, like if you have to look at the nature of sentence, whether it's a question or statement. At least you can do that, isn't it? Yeah? It's not going to be a consistent, whether it's a statement, always declarative particle ends. It does not do that always. But I usually practice that one. So you have a sign, it ends with a no or so. So that your verb is likely to be ends with the same letter, right? So that you try to catch up the verb of the sentence. If you think you text too much time, then you use your own methods, right? But once you get the verb, then you just pause a bit, then you think about, okay, verb is a transitive verb, whatever, like eat or run or go, you have to think about it. If it is a eat, somebody must be eating. If it is a yin verb, is to be, A is B type, should be like that way. Yeah? She is my mother, it should be something like that. It can't be more than that. So you have to think about, when you find the verb, then you full stop and think about it. Sentence should be look like something like that.
Yeah, and it is like a recognize that one is the last. The ones to shit.
So touche, yeah. I think here I put it like a she at the end, but yeah.
Yeah.
So-
and then I can start with the last one, and to check which one is the verb matching that one.
I
and
see.
then start translating.
Yes, that's a good way. I think if you find the verb, then you get actually like 40% of idea, or 50% of idea. What is really sentence is about? It tells you. If you find the correct verb, then it's likely that you can find the subject as well. If sentence says that eat is your verb, then somebody is eating, that is your subject. That's the likely, I believe. So you don't give a same value to all the words. You don't give a same value. You give a same treatment to all. No, the verb you treat best in this kind of scenario. You have to treat like the best verb as the most important. Once you get it the verb, then it makes it easier. Can you make it this one? Number 4. Can you find the verb? Yin. So then you have to think about the sentence is likely, right? But now we also have the subordinating clause, right, before. So you can think about 50%, 70% that verb, this sentence should be A is B type sentence, right? So pick up the A.
빠빠 빠빠 장축센
Yes. So, what is a possible? A is B sentence, right? So this is A is A. Can you pick up tentatively A? Jamchuk Sempa, right? Jamchuk Sempa or Pakpa if you pick up one, right? So noble, it refers to noble ones, right? So Bodhisattva is your subject, then Bodhisattva. Then you have a plural particle, right? Likely you will attach there. Bodhisattva nam, right? Jamchuk Sempa nam. Then what? Then you have a Pakpa Pakpa. Pakpa Pakpa, two Pakpa. Yeah? So Jamchuk Sempe Pakpa, you means? Is it? Or Pakpe Jamchuk Sempa? Yes, Pakpe Jamchuk Sempa. Yes? Does it that read right? So it is of Jamchuk Sempa we have here. Sempa. Jamchuk Sempa, right? So this you tentatively you took as the subject. But then we have a problem. We know that our verb it should be ends with a yin. Yes? Then you know, right? Jamchuk Sempa nam. Then again you say Jamchuk Sempa nam. Right? You make it plural. Right? Jamchuk Sempa nam. Then we left like a Pakpa Pakpa. And one yi. Right? So Pakpa we know is noble or noble ones. Right? So then how do we make it? Remember says here, Pakpe Jamchuk Sempa. Right? Pakpe. So Pakpa. So this genitive goes here. Pakpe Jamchuk Sempa. What does that mean now? Noble Bodhisattva are nobles. Yes? Yes? So it's also, can it also be possible that Pakpa nam is it possible? Pakpa nam Pakpe Jamchuk Sempa you know. So if you take it, however, this one you take it as subject. Yeah? No, Pakpa, when you say noble, the noble ones. Could be, yeah. Yeah, nobles, you can say, even you take it as nobles as adjective. Nobles are nobles bodhisattvas. So linguistically, it's a correct, isn't it? Yeah. Because I can see that the sentence, the last one, in a quiz. Somehow you translate actually, because it the five aggregates are because five aggregates are unconditioned, they are impermanent. You say something like that. Doctrinally, you're wrong, isn't it? But linguistically, you're correct. I mean, so I give the marks. Yeah. So I practice like this one. So here, noble ones, it could be, isn't it? Noble ones are noble bodhisattva. It's technically it's wrong, but yeah, I mean, it's not really wrong or right. It makes sense or not. Yeah. But here, the first one is fine. In case I am saying that when you have a is B type sentence, you can flip it that one, right? Yeah. So my mom is this. So this is my mom. So you can flip it like that way. Many times you can do it, but not all the times, right? Yeah. This is university. University is this. Or you know, it doesn't make sense all the time, but you can flip it back and forth. Yes. So yeah, and then you have a number 6. I think it's a more terrible one. You can look. But it won't be like this long, right? I mean, yeah. We have 3 gu and 3 yi. So you know the genitive, right? So it's a gu is a cause something, cause of something. Yes. So it is just in case you want to do it, right? I'm not asking you anything. So I thought that maybe some of you will probably ask me. So before I prepared it. So if you like to one, otherwise, yeah, it's entirely up to you. Yeah. So that's technically all things that mainly I want to say about the vocabulary, yeah, and the exam format. That is my purpose. Yeah. So yeah, if you like to do it, then your answer is also included there. Yes.
Did you upload the answer?
Yes. I mean, I uploaded already, but I hide it.
Oh, it's hide it. It's hidden from us.
Yeah. So yeah, show it now. It's available now.
Ah.
Yes.
So functional.
Yeah. So we can hide it many things for you. Yeah, any if you, I also, as you asked for past exam paper, I think for some reason, I don't know, our paper is restricted, I think. So if you can give a look, it looks like something like this one. So it says the following 5 sentences should be 4 sentences, of course. So it's something that looks like this one. So we have a lot of relative clause and stuff like that here. This stuff we have never learned it. So that time I think it's a 2021. I think it's only 7 sentences. Yeah. I couldn't find the final version itself, right? The paper. I think I changed my computer, so I don't really have everything. But I think something looks like that way. Yes, it's not a final submitted paper, but I think it's exactly like almost 99% it looks like that one. So it looks something like that. So it looks like that. It's a bit longer, isn't it? But you don't really see this long because we don't have relative clauses. Even you see a long, then there may be a conjunction, A and B and C and D, that kind of stuff. Yeah. You give a look, yes?
Do you have another answer sheet for that, or do you just analyze on that sentences?
Which one?
Under for this section, do we have another answer sheet?
You have an answer sheet, right? You provided like a full answer sheet for that. But then if you copy it and you do it, I think it's a time consuming, right? As I said last time, maybe you can use like this paper, question paper itself. I have seen the student did it in the past. So I think I keep like a little bit space, but it's not really, I can do that. Formatting is done by other, right? So it's a final one, I cannot really change it. So if you do it like this one, I think it's really feasible in some way, like a one sentence. And since you are not going to, if you're doing this first one, and if you are not going to do a second one, if you already decided, maybe then with a marker you can really straight, you can cross it. So you can use it this space. Yeah, that's my thought. Yeah, so you can use the question paper, right? So that you don't need to copy. Or another one thing is, if you have like a different colors of pen, or you can do like this one. You here in a question paper, they'll say as a one word, you can like number 1, and here you put number 2. In a question paper, you can just say number 2, then you can write down. You just indicate me precisely. That's also instead of like copy. Yeah. So it's up to you. Yeah. So, but I think it's a copying take really times. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no rules like we must use black ink, things like that? We can use multicolor, right?
Yes. Don't use a pencil, but yeah, you can use it.
The
Yeah.
multicolor.
Yes. You can use it. Yeah. Not. I don't see that red, right? Not red pen. So otherwise, perfectly fine.
Did you say no pencil?
Pencil, no.
Why? This is easy to erase
Mistakes.
mistakes, right?
I know there's a easy, but I don't think that usually the people are they be allowed to use the pencils. So there's not a final one, man. You want to use a pencil?
I mean, I make a lot of mistakes, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
like to
But
erase
that's why
them.
you have eraser, no? That white
That's a
one.
lot of time.
Pencil is the same thing. You have to use the eraser as well.
I'm old school.
Yeah, I think the pencil. I don't really see it.
No pencil?
Mhm.
We can use pencil as a draft, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
when they commit, if that's with the final version, then change to the other color.
Yeah, then you say double the amount of time.
Yeah.
Yes, but still yes.
Hmm.
There's erasable pen that you can.
Yes, yes.
That's smart.
But I'm old school.
Yeah.
Yes, in Muji they have a erasable one. I have used it, that one. Actually, that Japanese one really good. Actually. It looks like a pencil, isn't it? Yes. Actually, the Muji I think is a very nice one. Yeah.
We need to shop
Yeah. So that's all from me actually. Yeah. Yeah. Just for like telling you about like the format and stuff like that. There's nothing I have more to say about it. Yeah. So, any questions? If you have any concern?
There are too many questions, so that I cannot even raise any specific question because they're all questions.
Yeah, I think it's normal. It's really normal. Actually.
But I really want to see you next semester.
Okay. Yeah.
For level 2.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
what would we expect for level 2?
We are moving forwards.
Like
The first 3 or 4 weeks we are doing almost similar. We go through like different particles. Yes. So then we are going to read afterwards, like 4 weeks onwards. We are going to read like a short passage, like a passage from Heart Sutra, passage from different texts. So basically, what particle we have learned, we are seeing in the actual text. That's our purpose to see it. So technically, we will be able to read the Heart Sutra from top to bottom. Yes, yeah, it is straightforward actually. It's a straightforward. There's no complication.
We're already done with grammar learning.
No, we have not done. We have not done. I think it's we have left like 4 more weeks grammar stuff because the ability case particle I have skipped many things, isn't it? Yes. So we have to go through that one, and there's another 2 or 3 or 4 particles. Once we done it, there's one. Then we apply in a main sentence that I will not really like interfere the text. So we can see the passage by passage. I believe we can read it.
And the goal for level 2 is that we can read the proper sutra.
No, I can
Short.
proper simple passages, simple sutras, such as Heart Sutra we can read.
Okay, so it's like also a sentence by sentence analysis. of the
Yes,
sutra.
yes. So we are trying to look at like a more semi building blocks. Yeah, so we have to see the building blocks of the sentence, the key component of the sentence, like this.
So then the quizzes will be open book as well, or?
In a second semester, the good thing is we don't have a quiz.
Oh.
But the
Yeah.
bad thing is not open book, right?
But we have a homework. We have a more homework. Yeah.
Homework is fine.
Quiz is very precious.
So in that case, how can we give the mark to different?
The more marks allocated to the homework.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will definitely choose the next semester.
Well, I think as I usually I have like a small class in the second semester. I think it's a very family class type, right? So yeah, I always have like the max I used to have like a 15, but then otherwise it is shrink to like a 8, 9, 8, 9 like that one. So it's a more going like a more intensive, like the less people is a more intensive, I guess. Yeah.
So would we be able to use a dictionary, like an actual dictionary, or it's all
Yes.
provided by new vocabularies?
No. You will consult with the dictionary.
Right.
Yes, and also we will do like we cross check the different translation
Right.
at the same times. Then you can see from your perspective how Tibetan sentence really delivered says about and how other translated.
Right.
So we do a little bit comparison, not little bit, we do comparisons. So then you get like that aha moment as well, right? Yeah, they have translated. Could I do better? Maybe not, because we cannot really express it in that way. So simple passage we do, like start training. We start trying to read the text, and we of course we come across like a difficult things, of course, right? So complicated things. Then we will discuss more.
Will we get a textbook
Textbook, yes.
for second semester? Or is just gonna be all notes?
Yeah, no, all notes.
All notes.
All notes, all notes. No textbook, no textbook.
And for
Yes.
the smaller size of level 2, do they choose like subjectively quit level 2 or that you filtered?
They quit.
They
Yeah,
quit.
yeah. Some they for capstone or what they have like they quit, and some they find it really terribly difficult. They quit. So yeah, some they're stressed, they're angry perhaps. Yeah.
You don't teach people, right?
No. It's not up to me. So if once you complete it, then you pass the exam. It's entirely I have no any rights to teach or yeah. So you are automatically you are in. If you want to continue. Yeah. It used to be different. Like 3-4 years ago, once you choose the language, it's going to be a straight for 1 year. You don't really have a semester choice. Yeah, now you have it because of the capstone, right? If you choose like the portfolio, then you have to have like more subjects, isn't it? Yeah. So something like that. So yeah, if you actually we already finished like a difficult part. That's why I want to tell you. Right, the most difficult part is actually it's semester first semester, lesson 5th onwards is a difficult part. There's a lot of struggle about the pronunciation, lots of struggle about grammatical case particle, and learning the language and the building blocks. Everything is a difficult part. Actually, you already climbed to the summit, I would say. You really come to the most of people they really ditch here, like you give up here at this point. They haven't seen it. I'm not asking you, I'm not promoting, okay? So I prefer a really small class, but I'm not promoting. If you like, you can attend. If you don't like, you can, So I wish you best of luck, Right. So you can give a look, and of course you will check your the final grade, isn't it? Before you're coming, I guess. Yeah. So even you find it like a difficult exam paper, like I think it's you just try to complete all sections. Yeah. So I think method is a similar, I guess. Some people give like an easy paper. Then when you mark it, they are very strict. Even a small marks, they will get deducted. If your question papers are difficult, minor marks, minor mistakes, and quite a mild mistakes, it overlooked. Yeah, it can be overlooked in a sense because we know that we set up difficult part. But this time I really think that I did not really set up difficult. Because there is no way I can do that. But since you don't have a relative clauses, you cannot really make it. Definitely not possible. And I'm restricted to use the same vocabulary, like as the verbs. So that's another restriction, isn't it? Yeah. If I use a new verb, then you press me. So So you have like limited verbs. Like yes. Any questions?
Oh, we like the song Achala. That's the only word I recite for this semester, Achala.
Acharya?
Achala. the song.
Achala. Oh yeah, I have to provide you. Yeah, I'm so sorry for that. I sense it is difficult that.
We already found the sound, but I just want to show my appreciation like, I like that way.
Okay.
Because that's the only word I recite for this semester,
I see,
besides
I see.
Jiangqiu Sangba.
Okay.
Only two
Okay.
words.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have prepared actually a couple of songs. Yes. Please give a look. Yeah, if you want to listen. So those songs are, I think, is a lot of people will listen. I think Tibet people. Yeah, it's a relatively new song, not modern song. Yes. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So you have a 1 week to go, right? I believe. Yes. Right.
So maybe cheer up for picture tag?
Sorry.
For pictures?
Oh,
if
okay.
there's no more questions.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have no questions, then I think I booked only for 2 hours. I know that it's going to be short. Yeah. Right.
Are we gonna have good pictures?
Okay, you can take so. Yes.
When will we know the results?